Hey guys, welcome to round 3 coverage. My name is Lisa Fajkus.
And I'm Hailey King, and we want to thank you and thank Discraft for sponsoring this event.
Definitely. We also want to give a shout out to Amy Hawkins of Pekin City Church for offering us this space to do the broadcast in, and Tony Scardina also for helping out to make this broadcast possible. So one more shout out too. Got some Lisa Fajkus Star Strikes. Check those out on the Innova Pro Shop when you get a chance. So ready to watch some disc golf.
So hole 1 is a par 3 and it's 276 feet. This hole is kind of tricky because as you can see, there's the 3 trees right off the tee pad, and the most plays that pros will do will be to take that hyzer line that you saw Jessica just take, and it just leads right to the basket.
This is really tricky, just being clean off the tee box. You got those 2 gaps to take. Catrina makes the hyzer line. Missy also with the hyzer. Nice clean shots.
You're okay. If you could just stand still, you're fine there. Thank you.
No problem there, up and down from Catrina. These girls kind of hyzered out a little early, but still easy up and downs. Ooh. Close on that putt.
Jessica carded the birdie along with 3 others.
Yeah, there were 3 other birdies on the field today with Rebecca Cox, Christine Jennings, and Hailey King. Just a really good birdie to start your round. You're kind of picking up a good stroke here and setting the tone. Moving on, Jessica with the sweep 2 to start the round. This is actually hole 5. It's our second hole that we played. And clean, but she wanted to come back a little bit more left. This is another pokey shot off the tee box that you want to hyzer through.
And on the left side of the fairway and the right side of the fairway, it's kind of tough if you hit one of those first trees.
Yeah, there's kind of a goalie that if you hit one of those first trees, you might actually go down and not really give yourself much of a look for your next shot. That's one of those trees that a lot of players find hitting right there.
And from there, you kind of are forced to lay off for us. You don't really have a look at the basket.
No, yeah, you're fighting this whole way to get back on the fairway. Missy is going to be running at the green note right there, so pretty good. This was the 7th most difficult hole on the course today. And it averaged just over par, and it's a par 4.
So Kat actually has a look at the basket, and she could make it up there for a birdie.
That's a great drive. That's your ideal spot right there to be looking down at the basket.
Paige absolutely laced her up shot.
That was awesome. Through some really wooded stuff. Missy's going to have a look right there to save her par, it looks like. Sweet putt.
Oh, this just
Solid birdie from Paige.
So besides Paige, there were 3 other birdies on the hole with Kat, Cynthia, and Sarah Hokom. And that's a pretty good birdie to get.
It's a great birdie on those par fours. So gettable.
So hole 6 is 321 feet, and you kind of just want to lace this shot because the right and left side of the fairway get a little tough.
It's definitely just a nice straight lacing shot. There's like a tilt on this fairway that goes right to left. So you want to make sure you power it nice and straight. And then finish softly at the basket down there on the left like Jessica's doing.
She had a great shot.
She should be well in the circle right there. Missy has nice power on her backhand. Really straight line. It's awesome.
It should be right up in there.
Mm-hmm. Wow, nice out in the circle. Right there.
Paige with the birdie hook.
Almost. Only three twos on this hole today in the FBO division, and this was one of them from Jessica. The other 2 were Missy Gannon and Christine Jennings. It's another great 2 to start your round off with. Takes a really good lacy straight shot off the gut. All right, moving on to hole 7 as a par 3, 270. And it's a hyzer around this tree if you're throwing a backhand. Or, excuse me, a flick, actually. And funnels right back down to this basket here on the left side. And there is a little bit of a drop off behind the basket you have to worry about. But with this being under 300 feet, we're hoping to get up there for a nice birdie putt. So that looks like that one was left a little bit wide, just outside the circle. Missy's going right at it, which is a nice line as well to take. She just comes up slightly short.
And those trees do guard the basket a little bit.
Cat's just laying up again because of the slope behind the basket. You don't want to get caught on.
And it does get pretty rough down there.
Right. Oh, nice run. Jess is in circle 2, but she's still giving it a go here. Nice putt. Birdie, birdie.
Paige with the nice birdie.
Yep. Clean it up. Their par.
We are now moving on to hole 8. It is 309 feet, and it's just a straight tunnel.
Oh, early release on Jessica's shot. I really like this hole. Just, it's a fun straight shot. Just, you have to be precise and lace it right down the middle. And you're rewarded with a birdie if you're able to do that.
And Paige has a pretty good shot, and she'll have a look.
This fairway actually plays slightly downhill the whole way. So your disc picks up quite a bit of speed right when it releases from your hand. And it makes it extra touchy to hit that fairway. Lost that one. Jessica's scrapping up the fairway. Same with Kat. She's got a lot of work left. Oh, tough break.
Yeah, once you get off the fairway on this hole, it is very tough to get a clean look at the basket.
Gonna see it again. Trying to get some good distance. It's a decent pinch out. Nice right in the middle. Nice run.
Paige had a very good up shot.
Smooth. So with this being such a tight fairway, this was the sixth most difficult hole on the course today in the FBO division, and it averaged just over par. 2.21 over par, actually, thanks to our UDIS stats. Able to note that.
Everybody is just tapping out so they can move on to the next hole.
Paige takes the box, does a good job staying clean on that hole. Hole 9 is a par 3, 354, but it's all through the woods, and it's going to tail off to the right side. And if you hit an early tree, it does go down on a goalie right off the box. So staying clean is very important here. Getting a clean tee shot. Looks like Jessica stayed left side, but I didn't see where that landed. A lot of chirping going on behind the box. It's tough throwing a backhand here, which wants to finish right to left. You have to make something stand up nice and flat, flip over to the right on a backhand.
And once you do get off the fairway, it is another tough look to save par or anything because there's a lot of woods and a lot of thorns in there.
Yeah, I thought this one might actually be a par 4, but it's listed as a par 3, even though it's a shorter hole. Just,
It's very tough.
yeah, big numbers can happen here off the fairway.
Paige made the smart move and just pitched out.
It's super smart because a lot of tree kicks happen when you're trying to bite off more than that. Straight up the fairway. She's looking at the basket from there.
And the basket does slope down a little bit. So you got to be careful of rollaways or just.
That was a sweet up
That
shot.
was a good up shot.
Yeah. Oh, nice soft run from Jessica.
Missy did find a little bit of a rough there and actually has to pitch out again.
Tough putting downhill. Just a little high on that one.
Good.
Yeah, nice sweet putt.
This hole actually played as the most difficult hole on the course, and there were no birdies.
Yeah. Not surprising. That too is.
You have to have an amazing shot.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're back on hole 10, par 3 and 261 feet. It's basically straightforward. We just have this tree right off the box in the middle of the fairway.
And the branches do hang a little low, so.
Yeah, super low ceiling actually the whole way. Paige gets stuck up, looks like, on that second tree right there in the middle. And most of the players take an anhyzer to the left of that big tree. I've seen a few people actually go hyzer route.
That laced that shot.
Nice shot. And this is actually playing the second easiest hole on the course. Feels really nice to get this birdie after you're coming out from those thick woods. Right in the circle, that'll do. Ooh, nice birdie. A lot of birdies on this hole today. It's averaged almost a half a stroke under par. Nice birdie from Missy. And tapping birdie. Yeah.
So hole 11 is 300 feet and it's a par 3. It's kind of tough because you have 3 trees just right in the way, so you can choose the backhand hyzer, backhand Annie, or even a forehand hyzer. But it's also low ceiling once you get up there, so it kind of makes the shot tough.
I agree. Like right after those 2 trees, there's a slight downhill in the grass, and you just have to really hit that line, lace that shot. Looks like Paige does a nice job right there. She should be in the circle. That grass is pretty thick. It doesn't really offer many skips.
Kat had a nice up shot, should be in circle 1.
Wow, Paige is actually much shorter than I thought.
I know.
Just got low on her.
Missy for the birdie putt.
Oh,
Good game.
Good save, right from the circle edge.
Just for the 2.
Sweet birdie, another one. That's how you really separate yourself from the field, is getting these birdie holes. There's quite a few of them out here up for grabs. But pars are always good too. Just playing safe. 3 pars and a birdie. Moving on. This is hole 12, 252 feet. It's a very tight hyzer line. Just going a little long. You want to cook up more to the left.
Once you clear the corner, there is a tree that protects the basket. So you also have to be worried about that once you clear your line.
The hard part about this hole is getting something to turn left so fast, I think. It hooks really hard. But it's only 252 feet, and again, you're dealing with the low ceiling.
Just had a good upshot. Once you get past the basket, there are a little bit of thorns, as you can see, so it makes it a little tough. Ooh,
Sweet
great
putt.
birdie.
Nice birdie.
Good par save.
Yep.
And Cat absolutely parked the hole.
Yeah,
Got the easy birdie.
sweet.
Welcome back. We're on hole 13. It is 603 feet, and it's a low ceiling hole. Cat goes with a backhand roller here, and it just doesn't want to stay in the fairway.
Yeah, this one is it's a tough with the roller shot with the long grass. I think the Cat's got one of the best rollers in the division. Missy Gannon with the air shot. Looks like she's a little high, but
Still made it down to the par.
good distance. Taking a low line flick. Hopefully that stayed in the air. It looked like it might have caught some early ground. And it's important just to get a big boom on this drive, but also try to stay center cut and not get too high in the air. Paige is doing all those things really nice. Straight ahead.
It's a great shot.
Yeah. Jessica came down early in the fairway. She's going big on her second shot. That is a roller. Wow, she threw a backhand roller, and it's going, I think, yeah, right in the middle. It's a good position.
It's a good choice from there.
Yeah. Missy Gannon, good power again. Low
Takes the
line.
air shot.
Yeah, up the
And
fairway.
there's just no skip out here. The grass is too long.
Thick grass for sure. And
Paige mashes her second shot.
massive, yep. Catrina playing again from a little off the fairway. Takes her flick. Good distance on that.
That's gonna put her right next to the basket.
Yeah, sneaks up the backside. Jessica's in good position there for her par. Really smooth release there from Missy.
And she's just right there.
Yeah, under the pin. Cat's got a little putt left for par. Or excuse me, birdie.
Paige for her birdie.
Oh,
Just
look.
misses.
It's nice to be down there. Yeah, now these ladies are cleaning up. That was a really good birdie from Jessica. Birdie? Is that her roller? That had to be a par, right?
I think that was a par.
Okay, fair enough.
Cat with a nice, easy par, just cleaning that up. There actually were only 2 birdies on the hole by Sarah Hokom and Hailey, and that's a really good birdie to get.
Yeah, 2 mashes for sure. Going on to hole 14 now. This is 279. Mostly open, but it gets funneled. Once you get funneled towards the basket, it gets pretty tricky up there. You've got that big bushy, thorny tree up there on the right side that wants to catch your disc. And if you get in there at all, you're having a hard time getting out. But the basket's just tucked in behind that tree, straight down the fairway. Jessica's got great power and control for this shot. She takes it a little too straight.
I think the most preferred shot on this hole would be a forehand because it just skips near the basket, but there was a chain out yesterday for an ace. So.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, good look.
Okay.
Ooh, she's feeling good with those putts just outside the circle. Oh, nice. These are all good drives to be about circle edge for your 2. Your look at least nice convert.
Cat carves the bird.
Very nice cat.
Good comeback putt.
Paige gets the par there.
Missy just cleans up the par.
Good job by these ladies managing the course here.
Going on to hole 15, it is a par 3 and it's 315 feet. This is a really low ceiling shot and Cat just absolutely laced it. The basket has a little slope behind it and it leads to some rough. So you kind of just want to stay on top there.
Mm-hmm. This hole's framed up really nicely with trees on the right and left side of the fairway, but a nice open gap down the middle.
Jess has a really good shot.
Nice and low, straight down the middle. So I think that was released a little early on the left side.
And she's
Saves the par.
good. Missy lays up with her jump putt. Cat actually has a look for birdie, and she cans it.
Sweet putt.
Just inside the circle.
Clean up the par. Alright guys, we're on hole 16. This is a par 4, 492 feet. Left side is pretty hairy. Cat rolls out nicely though. And the pin is positioned on a nice slope up there. Wow, another backhand roller. Nice shot.
It's still fine right there. It's in
She gets good
still a
distance.
bird look from there.
The trouble on this hole is just don't hyzer out early and then you're stuck in those trees on the left. If you can just boom one nice and long and be clear, give yourself a good position for your second shot, which is also another good pull at the
Paige
basket.
ripped that shot.
Sweet rip. She's on the edge, but she should be out. Let me see. It's going to be a little obstructed here. Wow, good power though.
There is OB behind the basket, and it does slope down once you get near those trees. So you got to be aware of the rollaway.
Wow, good shot. It's right there. Pulls it over to the right.
Still looks to be inside circle.
Yep. This is a real good tester hole, I think, and it's a score separator too.
Yeah, she lands her off shot perfectly.
A tad bit low. That's a tough putt. Tester putts.
Missy actually had the par. But Jessica did card the birdie. That's a pretty good birdie to get.
That's a big birdie for sure.
Hole 17 is 330 feet, and it's a par 3, but it's a very tough hole.
Yeah.
Hard to see, but it looks like Jessica put it straight out there.
And where you see that light hitting the top of the fairway, it's all uphill right there. So these ladies are trying to poke out right there in the middle.
And the trees on this hole are just placed so perfect that if you're a hair off your driver line, it really gets you.
The kicks can be brutal on this hole with the slopes. You can get kind of caught in the gully or behind some trees, and then you find yourself in really bad positions.
And once you get off the fairway, it is a little hairy again.
Yeah, like if you're lacing one straight up the middle, it's like you're picking up a stroke. You feel like.
Yeah.
Paige got nice power, but tails off a little bit to the right.
Right.
Just has to pitch out. Smart play. Now she can go at it again. The basket's right past that tree in the center to the right side. Oh, no, to the left side.
And she's a really good upshot. Looks to be inside the circle.
Missy's stuck in the gully a little bit off the fairway. Has a nice out.
This hole is the second hardest as of today. You can see why, because lots of trees and you got to hit your line.
Just beyond circle 2, Kat's going to give this a putt. Nice, full extension. Such a long putt. Oh, no way. Chain out left side.
And they're all just tapping in just to get off that hole because it is tough.
Yeah, it actually averaged almost a full stroke over par at .96. So most ladies were actually picking up bogeys. As you see here, 3 out of 4. Moving on, this is hole 18, 660 feet. It's a par 4. Nice straight pull off the middle. All right, down the middle. It's another framed up tee shot. You don't want to be left, right, up, down. You just want to be straight down the center, or else you are in danger of getting some kind of kick.
And there are big trees on the right side that actually helps keep you from going OB over that road.
Mm-hmm.
But it also makes the shot a little bit tougher.
Ideally, yeah, you want to be
Just
straight away
straight
with
in the
your
center, yeah.
drive. Yeah, if you anhyzer off, you might get caught in the right side trees or be obstructed for your next shot.
Paige looked like she had a really good shot.
Yeah, she should be center. Missy is okay there up the fairway. Couldn't really see it.
Jess opts with the forehand.
Oh, she goes long, but that's totally fine. Good distance. Catrina, I thought she might go roller, but just Anheuser on her. Paige crush. Wow.
That's a huge shot.
That is so big to be right
Just outside of the
outside circle
circle.
one. I mean, that's huge. Smooth again.
Very smooth. Just with a look at a 3, and she's still inside circle 1.
Yeah, Catrina was off the fairway. She's having trouble there after that roller.
Fajkus hits it right up next to the
There
basket.
you go.
Ooh, just off the page.
Good try.
This is the 4th most difficult hole on the course, and it averaged around 4.5.
Wow. Yeah, this is a hole. I mean, you can really rack up bigger numbers on this one with it being longer, and the sides of the whole fairway are really hairy, even though it's a huge fairway.
It looks wide open, but
Yeah,
it
so
can.
it's kind of a trick because it looks so wide open, but you have to also be really accurate with your shot.
There was actually no birdies on this hole today. So
Yeah, it goes to show you how hard it is. It's hard enough.
all right, so hole 1 is a par 3. It's 312 feet, and I think the backhand shot is a little bit more tough here because you have the trees on the left side and the right side to deal with. And the forehand, if you just hyzer flip a shot, it gets down there. Although Paige looks to have a really good shot straight down the center.
This is tough, just navigating through these first trees on the fairway. Once you can poke through that, if you're lucky enough to get down there, you have to be really close to the basket because there's a big slope right behind it.
There's
So-
a lot of roots behind it, so
Yeah.
if slightest angle can make the disc just roll.
Yeah, you're not really putting on this basket unless you're probably in the circle, and that's why it makes it this hard, so hard to birdie because it's really touchy on the green and on the fairway, even though it's 300 feet.
This is the 3rd hardest hole on the course, and
Interesting.
it also averages half a stroke over par.
Yeah. Not too surprising. I mean, you have both the trouble again with the fairway, all those skinny trees right off
Lots
the tee
and
box.
lots of obstacles.
Yeah, you have this log here that kind of catches your disc on low lines too. And then right behind that basket,
It's just
you just can't really make a play on it unless you're deciding to be really aggressive.
all these players are just laying up. That's the good play there.
Yeah,
Great putt.
Missy had a good putt.
really nice putt. Really surprised to have no birdies on that hole in the field. Moving on to hole 2, it's 198 feet. It's a nice, really cool. Just takes the hyzer line, which leads up to the basket, but so many trees in the way.
There's actually 3 lines on this hole. There's a forehand, there's straight up the center, and there is a very wide hyzer. And they all pretty much leave the basket. Like, again, you just got to hit your shot.
Yes.
Which Missy definitely did.
Nice. That's
She
the get
cured that.
straight shot. Just under 200 feet, so you really want to pick up this birdie.
Kat did sneak a little bit through those trees.
She scoots up nicely.
Jessica's
Jessica's aggressive on that jump putt through the skinny trees, puts herself up there.
As you can see, there's also lots of roots again, so lots of potential rollaways.
That's true. Nice cleanup. The park job.
And Kat got the birdie as well. Moving on to hole 3, it is a par 3, it's 267 feet. It's a very tough shot because you got the trees right off the tee pad and it's uphill and it's just tricky to land a perfect shot.
Yeah, I see a lot of players hitting that middle tree and kicking backwards. And yeah, it's such a bummer because it's a skinny, like such a skinny fairway, and again uphill. And really short though, so wow, great drive being up there in the circle.
Very good shot.
That's what everyone wants. It's within our distance. Just executing that line. What a powerful shot.
Wow,
that was actually an ace run. And super solid from Jessica. I don't think there's going to be many twos on this hole.
Oh no, sit down.
That's a brutal rollaway. The slope is quite large.
Tree helped it out a little bit, but as those roots did get.
There we go.
I think that's Missy.
Yeah, tapping a tree, unfortunately. Just gonna leave herself a good putt right there, right outside the circle.
Oh, just low.
Almost.
It's tough to birdie this hole if you're not up there. Paige with a good bogey save.
Save her bogey. Wow. Got up on her, at least a bit high, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Such a bummer.
She tried to correct it, but it's tough for the last part of the day. Wow, Jess actually carded the only birdie on this hole.
Yeah, that was a super birdie by Jessica. Great way to finish your round, feeling good.
It was the 5th hardest hole, and the only birdie. That's good.
That's notable. I mean, especially with it being such a short hole, to really lace that shot. Really good. So there we have it. Jessica's at 10 under. She's got a 4-stroke lead now over Paige Bjerkaas. Hey guys, thanks for watching again. I'm Lisa Fajkus.
And I'm Hailey King.
Stay tuned for the men's coverage.
Goodbye.
Bye.
The 2018 Tour Championship hosted by Prodigy. The men's side. Top 32 qualify. Top 16 earn buys. Tour points matter because tour points break ties. Round 1, Thursday, October 18th. The bottom 16 compete. 1 round, the top 8 advance. Friday, October 19th, quarterfinals. 9th to 16th are joined by the top 8 from round 1. Scores are reset to 0, the top 8 advance. Semifinals, Saturday, October 20th. 1st to 8th in tour points are joined by the top 8 from round 2. Win your card and advance. Plus 1 wild card. Payout, $500 for playing. Make it to the quarters, $700. Make it to the semis, $1,000. The finals, The winner goes home with $7,500. The Disc Golf Pro Tour Tour Championship, hosted by Prodigy at New World Disc Golf. Watch.
Yeah!